Swaggy Swan family, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to show you today how to do an easy 7 to 10 day leave-in kids hairstyle. This is a leave-in protective kids hairstyle that you can do on your child's hair that is very, very convenient. 7 to 10 days. Let's get started. So first, I'm going to give Savannah a fruit to munch on while I'm doing this style. I always choose something healthy to distract her, so this is what she's going to be eating while I do this style in her hair. That is a tip for you guys. Give your child something to eat so they are not focused on you while you are focused on taming this crazy hair of theirs, and also give them something interactive to pay attention to if you can. She's just going to watch something on TV, some type of children's program while I tackle this hair. Now, this protective style again can last 7 to 10 days, which is great. If you can get a week and a half out of a protective style, I think that's ideal. Here's what you're going to need. I'm going to use the avocado miel moisturizing hair milk. I love this product. It is very moisturizing. I am going to use a rat tail comb, is what I call this type of pointy tail comb. I'm going to use a detangling brush like the one you see here. I am also going to be using about 4 packs of these kind of beads. They're about $1 at my local beauty supply store. I do recommend you get the ones that come with that little beading tool inside of the bead pack. Also, I'm going to be using a bristled brush and Eco Styler Professional Use Gel. This is the kind that contains argan oil in it. It doesn't flake and it helps to smooth, condition, and soften the hair, and that's to slick it down. This one is also alcohol free. I'm going to be using my aloe vera and water mixture there for her hair, and I'm going to actually start off with spraying her hair. As you see it here, it looks kind of dry. She had a different style in, so I'm actually not starting off on washed hair. I'm starting off on pretty dry hair, but I'm gonna go ahead and spray it with that aloe vera mixture just because I want to treat her hair with the aloe vera spray moisturizing treatment. If you want to know how to make that, definitely check on my video where I show you how you can make that. I'm going to use a little bit of this Cantu conditioning detangler just to kind of rub that through her hair and detangle it quickly before I start to work on that back section. And I'm going to spray pump that all around that back area here. So for this style that I'm doing, it is a half up and half down look. I'm going to be combing it out nice and easily. If you want to know how to properly detangle your child's hair, I also have a video on that, how to do a tear-free, pain-free, and drama-free detangling process so that your child doesn't experience any kind of pain when you're detangling their hair. I start with the ends first, and I'm doing it softly. So you definitely want to make sure you're combing out the back sections of the hair properly, because for this style you are going to be working on very tiny sections of the hair, and you do want this style to last for at least the 10 days at the most if you can, and it's very important that you're detangling the hair properly. If not, the style won't last that long. So just take your time and really work through the hair, which is why it's really good to have a good detangler so you can get through this nice and easy. So I'm just fluffing it out, making sure I don't feel any tangles with my hands. As you can see, I am just using that detangler spray and a detangler brush. Please do not use a comb to try to detangle your child's hair. It's kind of like the worst thing that you could do. Definitely don't use a comb, guys. That just is really cruel in a sense, and it's actually not the correct way to detangle your child's hair. So you see me doing a lot of feeling with my hands, and I'm just going to double check and make sure that the hair is ready. The way I check is I go ahead and I pin up a section there with that little claw. I got that claw from TJ Maxx. They have a bunch of those in their hair section of TJ Maxx. So I basically take a small section and I take the detangling brush and I just comb through it, and I see if her hair curls up. And when it curls up like that, I know that Savannah's hair is definitely detangled, because it no longer is dry and brittle and it kind of just bounces. So you see, I brushed through it and it's bouncy and it's nice and detangled, and I know that I can proceed with this style. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start. I'm going to take a small boxed square section, and that will begin how we do this style. So now I can use a comb because her hair is nice and soft and manageable and easy to part. So to start this style, we're going to go ahead and create, like I said, a little square part down there in the bottom, and that starts us off with what we need. So once you create the first square part down there in the bottom, you want to make sure you're making your part nice and even, because this is definitely a style where you want to have straight parts. The straighter, the better. And also your gel, the Eco Styler gel preferably, is what's going to really make this nice and neat. And you'll see in just a second what I mean by that. Once I've gotten my part to be just how I want it after a couple of tries, I go ahead and I pin up the rest of her hair. She has a lot of thick hair, which is why I feel like that claw really works better. And it's just quicker for me instead of having to constantly put her hair up in some type of band over and over again. The claw is just easier. Now I'm going to take that Miel avocado hair milk and I'm going to moisturize that small section. Moisturizing each small section of the hair makes it easier to add slip there, and then when you style it, it's not dry. So you'll see I'll put it on my fingertips, I'm going to grasp the hair, and I'm going to work that moisturizer through. Also, that helps so that the area doesn't experience any type of breakage. So you just want to make sure that you're moisturizing each area that you work with. Then I'm going to take the detangling brush and I'm going to brush that small section, and voila, nice and smooth. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take some of that Eco Styler gel. Now this is what's going to smooth out that section exactly like the bottle says it does. And I'm going to make it nice and neat at the root. This is what makes our small section very neat and not frizzy. Savannah's hair can get very, very frizzy. And what's going to happen is the reason the style gets old is around the 7 to 10 day mark, her hair will naturally start to frizz up. And just like any other kid, that's when it starts to look like she needs to get her style redone. So we're trying to preserve the style as long as possible. I'm going to use these non-rubber elastic bands. Also get these from my local beauty supply store. Guys, please don't use regular rubber elastic bands in your child's hair. That will break their hair off. Definitely get the non-rubber elastic bands. That's what I'm using here. It will indicate on the packaging. It should say non-rubber on there. That's how you know you have the right ones. And again, tear free and they don't break the hair. So I'm just going to wrap that around the roots. And something really important to remember, you're not trying to wrap it to the point where it's extra tight, okay? It's not to cause them any kind of discomfort. You just need it to be secure enough to where it won't slip out easily. And what I like to do is once I've gotten it around enough times to where it's secure and not too tight, I do just take it, create 2 strands, and I do a little tug like so. All right, and then I just rub my fingers through. It creates, as you can see, little bitty curls. If you wanted to leave it out like that, you could, but that's not the style that I'm doing here. But yeah, I leave it like so for now. Okay, that is the first step, creating the square parts and then putting the non-rubber elastic band onto the root of the hair after applying that gel, which made it nice and slick. So many people usually choose to braid their child's hair, but actually choose to twist Savannah's ends. As you can see, when stretched, it does go pretty long there. So the braiding or beading tool, I should say, that comes in the package obviously is shorter than the length of her hair. And I like to add a lot of beads, so that tool would not work. So I use the larger tool that you can get separately at the beauty supply store. So I'm going to add my beads to this larger black tool that I got from the beauty supply store. I'm going to add about 13 beads, I believe, to the back there. and I'm just going to twist that up. As you can see, I just separated 2 strands and I'm twisting them down to the end, and then you'll see me add the beading tool like so. I'm going to put the hair in between the hole, and you literally just push the beads all the way up and it pulls the hair out through the bottom. If you're not familiar with how to do this, that's why I'm explaining it. Then I'm going to take a non-rubber elastic band, and you see that bead at the end. I'm going to wrap the hair around the bead and then put the non-rubber elastic band around and around and around to secure that last bead at the end, kind of creating almost like a knot, if you could say, and around several times, securing it so that it stays on. So it's really easy if you understand that concept, and I'm going to do that for pretty much every single one of these square sections that I create. And I'm literally doing that all for the back of her hair. It's going to be repetitive. Same routine for each one of those little square 2-strand twists that I create. So that's what I'm going to do. And that is what pretty much creates the style for the back section of her hair. It's really pretty and really cute. So that's what I'm going to do now, over and over again. And with the power of editing, you don't have to watch me do that. I'm going to speed through this really quickly and create different rows. And again, it's really just creating the parts. I find the easiest thing to do is actually just create all of the square parts first, slick it down, do the 2-strand twist, obviously while moisturizing, then going back and doing the beading last. I just find that process to be the quickest. Then I'm done, and then I'll show you what I do to the front after I finish doing the beading. And this is when the back is done, nice and easy. Voila. Let's move on to the front. So I just spray the front again with that aloe vera juice mixture and the detangling spray. And I'm literally just going to brush that out with that soft bristle brush and smooth it out. You'll see it's going to transform her hair. The aloe vera works wonders, as well as that smoothing eco styler with argan oil gel. Her hair is just going to get super conditioned and literally is no longer going to be very dry. It's going to get nice and curly and smooth. I'll show you a close-up so you can see how conditioned it becomes. Just really transforms. So it gets that nice sleek look that I need it to get. And I don't put the beads in the front of her hair because she is literally only 2. And I noticed if I add beads to the front of her hair, it's really distracting. She doesn't like stuff near the front of her eyes. And also it's distracting to the point where she pays too much attention to it. And I don't want her to try to like pull it out. So it's best to just do something easy like a ponytail in the front, or I can switch it up and put like 2 space buns in the front. And I literally just do her baby hairs in the front and it completes the look. This is so super easy, and again, it lasts about 7 to 10 days. It's one of the easiest protective styles to do. You can literally change the colors of the beads if you want to, or even go with clear, which matches almost every outfit. I hope this was so easy to understand. And of course, you could always do the square beaded look all the way to the front and opt to not even do a ponytail if you want. It's all up to you. This is literally the easiest thing to take out because you're not doing braids and they are just twists. Definitely give it a try. Let me know how you like it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button for more videos like this. Thanks, guys.